Yeah. It's T-Dog, Tito the Goat, bruh. What's good, familia? What's good? I got something special for you guys. I want to tell you guys a little story time, but I was going to do a whole lot of reactions today. I was going to do a buttload of reactions today. I was going to do like a whole Christmas list of reactions today, ne? But the rain is very hectic here. I'm not sure if you guys are going to hear it right now with the roof and bones. But if this rain comes now, just now, I'm going to do Tucker reaction. So just know, keep updated for that because a lot of reactions are coming. John Dre, San, Garo G, everybody reactions are coming out for everybody. And Unity, Infinity, Unity reactions coming out on you also, Bosa. Got reactions on everybody. But for the video today, the purpose of the video today, I don't care if you guys don't believe me. I don't care if you guys say that I'm making this whole entire story up, because I grew up in this household, ne? I grew up in this house, so I know what I'm talking about. I have family members, I have people that are not family members that can vouch for this house and say and confirm like every story that I'm going to tell you. But I'm going to walk you down one of the most haunted houses that I was forced to fucking sleep in because my dad's granny lived there and my dad fucking stayed there. Now I was forced to sleep in this house, and every time I slept inside the house, not outside in the Wendy house where my dad started like living there, because my dad got fed up with the inside and stuff with all the noise. Then he built his own Wendy house in the back, like his own plek. And then after that, he decided to like buy a Wendy house. Couple years later, decides to buy Mursa Wendy house and have that as his house. Then that old place was just a shed in the end, and our snakes were in there. Oh yeah, we had two snakes. We had a boa constrictor and a corn snake. The boa constrictor was like longer than if I had to put two arms out. He was like probably three arm lengths. You see my arm there? He was probably 3 arm lengths. That's how big that boa constrictor was. And that corn snake was Maki's like an arm's length to my head, to this side of my head. But yeah, I thought snakes supposed to keep out bad energy or something. I know black people and stuff. No, not being racist or anything, but I've pranked people like that before. Me and my auntie, we went onto a taxi before with these snakes, just as a joke. Now we weren't going anywhere with the taxi. We just went onto the taxi as a joke to scare the people with the snakes and stuff. We just got onto the taxi there with the two snakes, and then the whole taxi ran out, bro. Everybody ran out. The only person that was there was the driver. Even the Gachi ran away, bro. Can you imagine that? The Gachi just ditching the bloody taxi. Can you imagine that shit? But yeah, anyways, I thought that snakes are supposed to be an animal that can also see the paranormal, isn't it? I know that in biblical texts and bones, ne, and in the book of Enoch and stuff, it says that the devil and stuff comes as a serpent, and that means as a reptile, as a snake or a lizard or something, was ne. So I thought these snakes were gonna do something. I thought these snakes were gonna like warn me that there's shit in this house, that there's presences in this house. But anyways, let me tell you from one of the experiences that I had. I'm gonna tell you each and every experience and each and every haunting that's in this house. I won't say that these ghosts are like those evil poltergeist ghosts that you see on TV and shit, where you see these hands and stuff on the TV, and you see things flying around in the air, and you see this and you see this. Like, bro, that is the movies. That is the movies. If you want to see stuff like that, go to a real haunted house where the house is cursed or something. I'm not sure, but I know in North End, those houses that go on uphills like this, there's many houses like that that are haunted. I've heard rumors about those houses by people that I know that stayed in those houses and stayed next door to a haunted house. And because of my friend staying next door to a haunted house, that house started getting haunted. Her house got the effects of that haunted house. Tell me, how does that make sense? I think it's just the plot. But yeah, anyways. So, to start it off, let me tell you about the ghost in my auntie's room. Now, for all the years before my dad let me start sleeping in his room there, before I asked him, can I sleep in your room? Because I don't trust his house and all of this, ne? I had to sleep in my auntie's room. Now, by my granny's house, everything it's a wooden house, ne? Not the walls and stuff, but the floors are all wooden. The bathroom is old styled. Everything is like a old styled house, ne? Everything is old. Like it's an old age home. Not an old age home, but it's like built like that olden day houses, bro. Like those village houses in the 90s, 80s, bro. But anyway, so now I'm sleeping in this room, ne? It's the last room, and there's a middle room and a room where my granny stayed. My other auntie slept in this room. I'm still gonna get to those two rooms because those two rooms are not off the radar. Those two rooms still have secrets of themselves to unfold. So y'all, let me tell you about this room. Now I'm sleeping in the last room, ne? And let me just mind you guys that this house has been around for centuries. This house has been here for ages, ne? It's been here for ages. And my auntie that stays in this room, she's a very spiritual person. And she didn't do voodoo and stuff, ne? But she has a book with voodoo spells and magical spells and stuff, like how to do this and how to do that. Like she never did all this stuff, ne? But she studied all this magical bones and like learned it, but she never practiced it by the house or did this type of bones. But yo, anyways, so now I always used to stay up with my granny now when she used to watch TV in the lounge, just so I don't have to go to that bedroom alone so early. And then, like, I just wanted to buy some time, and that's how I used to watch TV so late with my granny, bro. Even though I was pushed too tired, I used to just stay up, just so I don't have to go sleep in that room. So now I'm sleeping in this room, ne? It's past, I would say past 10. That's the time my granny usually goes to bed, past 10, something to 11. So she's not one of those early bird grannies. Nah, bro, my granny's not an early bird. I know the early bird gets the worm, but she ain't no early bird, dog. She'll wake up, push early, and go to bed cock late. That's the type of person she is. That's the type of person she is. But you're in this room, ne? Now, let me just tell you guys something else that you guys are gonna need to know before I get on with the story. So, this room that I'm sleeping in, ne? There's a room underneath that. It's like the underground room. If you go outside, ne? Then the door of that room will be there. Then there's like a few steps that go under the ground into that room. So now I'm busy sleeping in this room in the house now, ne? Nobody is here, bro. It's just me and my granny that's here. Only me and my granny that's here. Somehow, out of nowhere, I don't know who it was. I don't know what caused it, what made him do this. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what was going through my mind that night. But all I knew is I watched a lot of horror movies. And one thing I learned about horror movies is putting your head under the blanket saves you from demons, bro. That is like a force field from demons, bro. Like holding you away from all that negative energy. So, you know what I hear, Ko? There's like cupboards there by the door and shit there. But you can see if there's someone there or not. So I would know if there was someone that was doing this on purpose just to make me scared. But it was nobody, bro. Literally, there was knocking on the cupboard from the inside, bro. Someone was knocking from the inside of the cupboard. You know how fucking script I felt, bro. Because I saw this cupboard like move when I got knocked. I'm like, oh, please, Jesus, Lord, please, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. You know how much times I prayed, bro. Because of that house, is why I'm a Christian today. Because of that house is why I'm a Christian today. Because I've experienced too much shit in that house to not want to be a Christian. I've experienced too much shit in that house to not want to believe that Jesus is my savior and Jesus can save me in every single situation. Because those situations, I need a Jesus. Oh my fuck. You don't understand, Ko. And that same day, I'm hearing knocking on that cupboard. I hear knocking from under the roof, bro. On the roof, ne? Now, the floor that I'm sleeping on is the roof of the house. It's underground. So I started hearing noises, like knocking noises from that roof, bro. Like someone inside there was knocking, like trying to wake me up or trying to aware me that there's someone there that they want to get out and shit. You know how scary that is, bro? Because me and my auntie one day, years before this happened, I would say 2 years before this happened, under that house, my uncle used to stay there before he moved. So all his old stuff was still there. His radio station was still there. His what's it? What's those people? Those Roman Empire helmets things with their mohawk thing. Those gladiators, yeah, those gladiator helmets. His sword was there. All his books and magazines and all his stuff was there still, ne? His cupboards and everything. Now me and my auntie go down this place, ne? Because we hear the speakers are playing, ne? The speakers just turn on randomly while we're outside. So we go down to go turn it off. As we turn it off, we turn around. We're about to walk back up. Bah! It goes back on, bro. We look at each other and we go plug this thing out, man. We plug it out by the wall, by the cables. Somehow, some magical reason, bro. Some fucking how. I don't know. I don't understand how, but I don't know how. I don't want to know how. In God's name, I don't want to know how. I just know I rebuke whatever happened that night. I rebuke it. Because as we turned around, the speakers and stuff just started playing, but the shit is plugged out. And I'm not making the shit that I'm speaking the word. I put my hands on the Bible as I'm saying the shit. Because I'm not false claiming or making false statements or giving you guys a fake story. Everything I'm saying is true, bro. I believe in this haunted shit. And I just want you guys to believe it just as much as I believe it. Because I've witnessed this shit live. Stuff that you wouldn't believe that I've witnessed. But yo, anyways, that moment, we just left, bro. We just left when we heard that. We didn't even care. We just left, locked the door, and weg was we, bro. We carried on us that day. So, yo, with that house, with that room that I slept in, that I had to sleep in, I was forced to sleep in all the time. That one on the end. Also, another thing with that house, ne, in that room. Now, my granny, she had 7 husbands during her lifetime, ne? And they all lived in that house where she's living at the moment. Like, obviously not at the same time, like after each other, you know. And one of them used to live in the back because my granny and him started like not liking each other and stuff. Then he moved out in the back. But he had children with 2 of the daughters that were sleeping inside the house at the time, ne? With those 7 husbands, there was 10 daughters. There was 5 daughters and 5 sons with those 7 husbands. Like each of them have their own fathers, and like say now 2 pairs of sisters have that father, 3 of these brothers have this father, like that, etc. So now this grandfather of mine, I would say my step grandfather, but now he started living in the back, in the back room, the house that he built. And just mind you, not so long ago, like not so long after he built that house, like a couple years, there was a little tornado that like happened here in PE. I'm not sure if you guys remember it, if it was that big, but that tornado knocked down that guy's house, bro. It knocked down his little shack thing that he built in the yard. Shame piece. But anyways, I'm not sure when it was, but this guy passed away, He passed away. And his daughter lives in this room now. Now, every time his daughter or his grandchildren lives in this room, sleeps in this room, he'll make his presence known that he's in this room, that he's here with you. And by doing that, you know what this motherfucker does. You know what this motherfucker does. You know how scared I was, bro. While I'm busy sleeping, I feel like pressure getting pushed onto me, bro. I just feel pressure getting pushed onto me. And then like it feels like someone is sitting on me. It literally feels like someone is sitting on me, like wanting to speak to me, have a talk with me and shit, because if if you were in my shoes, go, and you had to look at the blankets, you would literally see the blankets move like someone is sitting, go. And I spoke to my granny and stuff about that the next day, and she said that that is her previous husband, whose father of the children that was sleeping there. He usually comes there to like sit by them, to like protect them and stuff, keep them safe from all the demonic shit that might come in to the room, or like might try and harm and shit. So I was scared, but also I was like, oh, where you protecting me from this motherfucker that's in the closet, my bro. They tell you don't They tell you that only gays come out the closet, bro. But nah, it's also demons coming out of closets, bro. It's not only the gays and the morphies that are coming out the closets. It's also these fucking demons are coming out the closet, bro. I'm not sure if a closet is like a portal because I know there's a candle game you can play in the closet with a candle. Then like a demon appears behind you and shit, and then he blows out the candle. Then you must like get out of that room and close it, or light the candle before he gets you or something, because he can take you to hell and like keep you there. That is cuck scary shit, bro. I don't fuck with that demonical cuck, bro. Fuck that shit for a joke. Nah, fuck that for a joke. But yo, also while I was sleeping in that room, let me just tell you this before I carry on with that. There's one time I was sleeping. This one time we were sitting in the lounge. It was like the evening side, like past 6 going to 7. We see the shadow of a guy like sitting with his leg against the wall and his leg down. You know, like those guys that try to act cool against the wall like that, with their one foot against the wall. We saw a bra like that, with a top hat, with like that round part of their head to their moose thing. We saw a bra like that, just a black figure of someone like that, just standing there against the wall, bro. Just standing there. And apparently, from like, I'm a very spiritual person, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm like very into that spiritual shit and stuff, because I believe in that shit. I don't care if you say I'm crazy and stuff. I'm a very woke person. I'm just tell you that I'm a very woke person. But apparently these people are called gatekeepers. They block all the blessings and like all that stuff from coming in, all that good energy coming into the house. They block all that good energy coming from the They block all that good energy coming into the house. They block all that shit. Like they're basically like a bad luck charm. They don't want you to have good luck. They don't want you to do good. They don't want you to do better. Basically like that. They block all that stuff from coming in. All that good energy, the positive energy coming in. They try and block that all out. But with that being said, let me get on to what I was gonna say. Now I'm sleeping in now I'm sleeping in this room there on the side that I spoke about in the beginning. I'm sitting in this room, sleeping in this room, co. You know what I heard, brother? You don't know what I heard, brother. There's a dining table there by the couch. Literally, the living room and the dining room table is so close together. It's like literally on top of each other. Because the couch is literally pressed onto the table there. But we usually just move that table and put the 2 chairs there for people to sit. But now, anyways, what I was gonna say. Let's say, motherfucker, we used to hear that motherfucker walking around that table and that couch, bro, in circles. We used to hear that shit. Footsteps, bro. Nobody's walking. You would look up there, You would look out of the door. You will see nobody inside. Not even a figure, not even a human body, nothing, bro. But you hear footsteps walking all around there, bro. What do you think I must think of that time? What do you think I must feel in that moment, bro? You know how shit scared I was. Every single day I had to sleep in that room. Every single weekend I went to my dad's house. My dad and my mother weren't divorced. My parents just didn't like them and didn't believe that you should live with someone if you weren't married, which is cock stupid. But anyways, I used to sleep with literally my eyes like this all the time, bro. Few seconds open, few seconds close, open, few seconds open, close. Just because I always thought if I had, if I had to actually like fall asleep or go to sleep and shit, something was gonna get me, bro. I don't know what it was, but I felt like something was gonna get me, bro. And my people like to watch horror movies, My auntie loved horror movies, and because of us watching horror movies all the time, I also started loving horror movies. But being in that house, and having to sleep in the rooms alone after watching a horror movie was the most terrifying things. Not the horror movie itself, but getting to sleep in the house after a horror movie was the most scariest shit. That was more scarier than a horror movie. They tell you that the black guy dies in the movie first, but nah, bro. If you be in that haunted house, you're gonna die first. No matter what race you are, bro. No matter who you are, no matter what species you are, bro. You're gonna die. And that is just one of the scariest. And that is just one of the scariest parts of the house. That room is just one of them, one of the many, many, many. So let me tell you guys about the middle room. Because this is one of the rooms that, like, you guys are not gonna believe me on. This is one of those rooms that you guys probably hear on like paranormal stories, or you guys see on movies and stuff. But what I'm telling you is the fucking Varit. And my auntie, I can phone my auntie now on this video to confirm the shit that happened. But years upon years ago, when I was like a child, man, like in primary school and shit, my auntie had this boyfriend that was part of the Preston Boys, this gangster Mano who stayed in Harlem Park. But this guy was a stick rubbish, my bro. This guy was a puss. This bro stabbed her in the head and dragged her down the street by the hair. This fucking thing walked in the street with his pants half down and his peel out and pushed all in the street while he was walking and shit with a beer in his hand. Yes. But yeah, anyways, this bra, ne, he went to prison eventually. He went to prison. And then apparently, allegedly, my auntie states that he apparently sent this thing to her. He sent this demonical presence to her to like alert her or something that you're not gonna leave my side, or he tried to kill her or something with his demonical presence. That's what she said. She said to me, if I'm not mistaken, that he tried to send this thing to kill her because he wanted her killed because he was in prison. But I'm not sure anybody that is like very connected to the spirit realm or very like intelligent with like the types of spirits and things. Please let me know what is this, and please I want to learn this type of stuff. I want to know what is this. So when like when things happen, like when when the things happen, when like the realness of life gets unlocked, and we like everybody gets unblinded, né? And everybody starts seeing the world how it really really is, not just what they made the world to be. So y'all please let me try and so y'all please let me know. I want to know what the fuck this thing is. But y'all, there was this guy, né? Pitch white guy, looked like an albino, my auntie said. He looked like a pure white, like like a white page, like that type of white, ne? And his whole entire body was filled with tattoos, bro. From head to toe, she said his body was filled with tattoos. He had, like, back in the day, was Jesus and them, they had that thing around their ballikies and their bum to like cover it. They never had pants and stuff. But now this thing had one of those, ne? He was bald and everything, and he had tattoos and stuff and black eyes. And then he pointed at my auntie and said, "You, it's you." Now imagine what my auntie must be thinking in that moment, bro. I would have been shit scared, bro. I would have literally shat my pants, bro. I would have literally shat myself and like squirted that onto that thing, bro. Make him black, make him brown. I'll make him brown with my shit, bro. Think a ghost is gonna come tell me that? Yeah, buddy. No, buddy, you playing a massive fucking game here, bro. You playing big people stuff here, bro. And that same thing, ne? After it started doing that to her and stuff, ne? It magically appeared by her cupboards and it was moving like this by the cupboards. Like weirdly moving. This is exactly how she told me it was moving. But like its body was also going side to side like that while it was moving like that. That's flipping weird, bro. If anybody is like very spiritual awoken, please tell me what is that thing? Is that like a prison demon or something? Like one that tries to imprison you or something. Like or like tries to captures you to take you to the underworld. I'm not sure, but what the fuck is that though? What is that though? And in that same room there, in that very same room, there's this woman that was supposed to get married. I don't know if she was supposed to get married that same day or what, but there was a woman that hung herself in her room with her wedding dress on now, ne? And my auntie is like one of those people, like the movie Paranorman, when that boy he walks in the street and you can see all the ghosts and stuff in the street walking, and like all the dead people and stuff now, ne? Now she's one of those people that can see spirits and see into the spirit realm and like see the dead people among us and all of that we can't see. She's got like that third eye third eye open, like very good open. She got a nice gift, bro. But anyways, this woman that hung herself in her room there on a wedding day, I suppose. My auntie saw her one day, busy swinging with the rope around her neck, bro. Busy swinging, saying, wee, wee. Imagine that shit, bro. What am I gonna do? Imagine you busy sleeping, then you look up and you see this woman in a wedding dress hanging by a rope on her neck and busy swinging around, bro, like a fan. Imagine that shit, bro. What are you gonna think? And then the thing looks at you. Nah, Buddha, I'm gone, bro. I am gone. You know those white people in the movies, in the horror movies, they like to go investigate and shit, nah. Me, I'm about it. I also want to go investigate, nah. But as soon as I see something turn, bro. As soon as I see something I'm not supposed to see or experience something I'm not supposed to experience, but I'm gone like the Flash, bro. You're gonna see me run away. I'm gonna leave that smoke trail behind like I'm a Looney Tunes character, bro. I'm gonna leave that smoke trail behind. You're not gonna catch me lacking, bro. No, I'm not one of those fucking white fools, bro. You're not gonna catch me lacking in a horror movie, go. If I had to play a horror movie, I'm gonna be the only one surviving because I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not an idiot. And in the same room there, that same woman, I don't know what my auntie did. I don't know what my auntie could have done actually to like provoke this or make the spirit want to do this, but that same spirit that I told you about that was that hanged herself and shit. The one night my auntie caught herself laying in bed and this thing was on top of her, like on top of her stomach and strangling her, bro. It was screaming and strangling her. And my auntie said she couldn't say anything, she couldn't move, she couldn't do anything. She was just frozen in that moment. And she was like trying to fight, and then the thing just vanished, just disappeared and vanished. Then she told me that that is the reason why there's salt in between a bed. She had a bunk bed there, but she took that top bunk bed off, so there's like little holes from where the bunk bed connected on each corner of a bed where she put the salt in for this demonic thing, so any demonic presence doesn't have to can't like come onto a bed and shit. And that's why I also felt a bit safe sleeping in that room. But also when I had to sleep in that room there, the cupboards with no wind, bro. The windows would be closed, bro. Not even a little breeze for you to get chilly or anything. But the cupboards would open, then it would close cock fast, and then it would open and creak, and then it'll close halfway, then it'll start opening, and then it'll close. Like, what the fuck, bro? You don't know how I would think, what I must be thinking watching that shit, or like seeing that shit happen. And what also made me like cock scared the one night sleeping in that room, I watched Chuck in there. Me, my auntie, my granny, we had like a Chucky marathon. We watched from the first Chucky all the way to the last Chucky movie. We watched like, we binge watched the whole Chucky throughout the whole day, you know. And that time, I never saw the first Chucky or the second Chucky. I only saw the Bride of Chucky, the Cult of Chucky, and the Seed of Chucky. No, not the Seed of Chucky. What was that one? Yeah, the one with the army camp, man, with the army base and stuff. That was the one that I saw. But because of that day, I saw all of those there. And then when I had to go sleep in that room, that middle room, my bro, when I had to sleep in that room, bro. I'm not joking, I'm not over exaggerating there. But I had Chucky on my brain that whole night because obviously I told that house is haunted, so I'm going to be cock scared with everything that I watch. Because I'm going to think that I'm going to experience something like that in the house. But, oh, like little feet, ne, running all around where my head is. Like, here's the part of the bed, ne. Here's the end of the bed, ne. Here's the end of the bed. Now the pillow is here, and here's the other end of the bed. Now the pillow is here, my head is facing here, on the floor and shit. Now I hear goeie running here, bro. Like nearly under the bed, I hear little feet running. I'm like, oh god, if a Chucky doll pops up, bro, I'm gonna literally have a heart attack, bro. Bro, I swear, if a Chucky doll had to pop up there, ne, and had to say something like a Chucky doll would say, or pop up there with a knife, bro, nah, I wouldn't be here today doing reactions or telling you the story. I would have literally died of a heart attack, bro. Like that guy did in that army one, that general did. I would have literally died of a heart attack because that is like, those are one of the most scariest things you can experience, bro. That house is like the most scariest place you can experience. And I was someone that was told a lot about the haunted house in Summerstrand, the one you can go pay into. You can go pay to go like sleep in for a few nights and stuff. And with that house as well, man, you have to sign a letter to say if you die in this house, it's not their fault. That just makes you even more worried to want to stay in that house. But I'm still gonna do that one day. If this thing can get 1,000 views and 1,000 likes, man, I will go stay in that house for a day. For one night, I'll go stay in that haunted house there in Summerstrand, bro, and sign my death wish off. Just know if it doesn't get posted, you guys know. But I'm a live stream it though. Just letting you know, I'm a live stream every single thing that goes on that night. I'm a live stream it. But yeah, I used to get cucks to get in that room. But the only benefit about that room is before my auntie that moved her snakes into the shed. The snakes used to be in her room. The two tanks were in her room, and the lights were always on. And that was a blessing in disguise to me because the light used to shine the whole room bright, and the whole room was bright, bro. I could see literally everything. I could see everything in the corner. So I don't have to like sleep and then look in the corner and see this weird figure in the corner. I would know if there was a figure in the corner because I would see it with the light that was on. But everybody, that wasn't even the icing on the cake. Let me still get into the big fucking shit. Because this is the one of the shits that terrified me the most, bro. Now, there was a house next door, ne? This house is still next door, but it's been rebuilt after years. Probably over 10 years. More than 10 years, this house has finally been built. And this house has been standing burnt down for probably more than 10 years like a waste. But there was a woman in this house. Ugh, sorry, I just got fucking sick. Ah, goddamn. But there was this woman in the house, ne? Her husband passed away. So she ran into this house to go get this photo of her husband and her because she didn't want to not have the only photo she has of her and her husband. So she went into this house to go fetch it, ne? Can you believe what happened? Can you guess what happened? Everything shut down. All the entrances collapsed. This woman burnt alive in that house, bro. This woman burnt in that house. And with that house being burnt, ne, our auntie and my granny's house and that woman's house were like very close together, were literally connected together, ne, wall to wall. So it started burning a part of my granny's house also, ne. But from where in my granny's house it started burning, ne? It started burning by the kitchen side. And there was a wooden statue in this kitchen, ne? Just remember that a wooden statue was a wooden statue of a bull. A bull. Bull. A bull. Not a bull, ne? And what are bulls? What are bulls like usually referred to like in biblical bones and stuff? Baal. Baal is a bull. Now with that being said, ne, about the wooden bull. The kitchen caught on fire, the zinc and everything caught on fire. The zinc is aluminium, ne? Is not wood or anything, but that caught on fire. But the wooden bull that was surrounded in the fire didn't burn down. This bull survived the fire, and this bull is still on the shelf by my auntie's house, by my granny's house. This bull never burnt. It never like died down or went into ashes because of that. It didn't even have like a burn mark on, bro. Tell me, how does that make sense? I'm not lying to you guys. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm telling the virus. How does that happen? Now, with this woman also, what I wanted to get you guys into now, ne? This woman, that house burned down and she got burned in this house with. So she basically, unfortunately, rest in peace to that auntie. I wish I had a chance to know her. Apparently, she was best friends with my auntie, with my granny, I mean, that stayed next door. They used to be close friends and stuff. But yeah, sorry for this woman that had to burn in his house. It's such a tragical story, that, bro. So sad to see that your husband died in this house and then the house burns down and then you burn alive in this house. That's so sad. That is really so sad. But with that being said, ne, I said most my granny and her were best friends back in the day before she passed away. So now we get into the last room now, ne? My granny's room. This is the room that's closest to the outside, and she's got this massive window that shows the outside, ne? A massive, ginormous window. And on top of this window, ne, is this creepy ass looking dolls. It's on top of each of the windows. Like on each side of the windows, this creepy ass doll, bro. Two of these creepy ass dolls. They look scary, bro. They got like that face, ne, that I'll give you nightmares, bro. It's like one of those type of creepy ass dolls that you see on the movies that usually turn their heads and stuff. So like unexpectedly, like without you even like seeing or like noticing it, these things will turn their head, bro. This is like how those dolls look, like possessed type of dolls, bro. But anyways, I had to sleep on a sofa couch in my granny's room on the floor, ne? Like she slept on the bed, I slept on the floor. That was the only time I felt safe, bro. Is when my granny was in the room with, because I know my granny's experienced all the shit. She knows about all the stuff that goes on in the house. So I felt like she could protect me in some way. I don't know why, but I just felt like she could protect me, bro. Her presence or something could protect me from that all this demonical cuck that's going on in the house. But yo, with me sleeping in her room now, ne? Now she is watching TV still, ne? She's still watching TV. I went to go sleep early. And on my life, I promise you, it was just me and my granny by the house, ne? And my granny was in the lounge watching TV. I can hear if someone opens a sliding door and someone opens the door to go outside, because that door makes a moorse loud noise. Even if you open it a little bit, you can hear a moorse loud creak noise. There's no way to open it slowly without hearing a massive noise now, ne? Now, those bloody windows go. I'm busy sleeping peacefully, lekker, enjoying my life, enjoying my beauty sleep and everything. You know what I hear? You know what crazy shit I hear? Someone starts knocking on the window, bro. I hear knocking on the window. I'm sort of like, my heart starts racing, bro. I quickly look up, open the window. I see no one's there. I see there's no one there by the window. I close the curtain. I lay back down. I hear knocking again, bro. I'm like, nah, fuck this. I jumped up and I ran to the lounge. I told my granny, there's someone knocking on the window and stuff. Let me go outside to like look around, investigate. I obviously was behind her, because like if it was a demon or something, she could handle that shit. She could handle that shit. She's been through life. She's been through this whole house. She knows everything. She knows what I don't know. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie, maar sy weet wat ons weet nie. But I know as a man I shouldn't have let it down, because what if it was a burglar or something, and then she would have got killed first, which I really feel bad about telling you that now. But anyways, yeah, she went first, ne, with her flashlight and stuff. We see nobody in the yard. If there was somebody in the yard, the dog would have barked, because the dog was in the back and the dog can see like most of the front yard there. So if there was a person there, that dog would have noticed it or like heard the person walking. But dogs can see the paranormal and see like shit that we can't see and stuff, ne? That's why if you see a dog like looking at something and he's like shaking and stuff, ne, then you know he's seen a demon. I've seen a video of a dog like spotting a demon out and stuff. And when he spots a normal spirit out, like a normal dead spirit, I've seen the difference and stuff. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that in case you see your dogs acting strange, believe your dogs. Your dogs can see shit that you can't see. They can see into the other world that you can't see. So away. Now there's no one inside there. There's no one inside at all. So now I go back to bed. My granny says, "Ach, don't worry about it and stuff." Yeah, I hear them knocking again for the third time. I'm like, fuck this for a joke. I don't know what I said in my head, but I probably said something like that, bro. Then I went to go tell my granny about all of this. I still hear them knocking and stuff. Then she said that she's also experienced it before. She's also experienced the knocking and stuff before, but it's not her that's like getting someone to knock for her and stuff. It's not someone to, like, she knows it's like trying to scare or anything, trying to make a bang. It's literally this woman next door, ne? Because this woman used to come over to Oma Ivy's house, to my granny's house all the time to like hang out and stuff. Now apparently this woman knocks on the window and stuff, ne? to say hello to my granny, because my granny is also one of those people like my auntie. They can see spirits and see the spirit realm and see demons and all of that stuff. Now she says this woman comes, her spirit comes to our house by the window to knock, to say hello and stuff and see how she's doing and all of that. Bruh, imagine you go to someone's house, and then like you see them in the lounge and they like sitting and they look like they're talking to someone, but there's no one there. Imagine that shit, bro. Like me telling you this now so early in the morning, it's giving myself chills already, bro. I'm getting chills in my body trying to tell you this shit. Because imagine like you're having a conversation with a spirit, bro. Like not with a Ouija board or not with like any special devices or anything, like just with your eyes and your mouth, bro. Like literally you just see the spirit and you start talking to it and it talks back to you and stuff. Imagine that stuff, bro. Like what? Like what? What? Will you guys talk to a spirit if you could? Let me know in the comment sections below. Would you guys talk to a spirit if you guys had the chance? If you guys could like talk to one, if like one came up to you and like said shit to you, like started speaking to you, would you respond back to it if you could? Would you let that thing talk to you? Would you like encounter or like engage a conversation with one, bro? Let me know in the comment sections below, because that is cock interesting to know. I want to know that shit. But yeah, what that being said, in my granny's room, let me tell you more of the horror. Let me tell you more of the horrific stuff that happened in my granny's room. So years ago, I think it was a year before this happened, or a couple years before, but apparently there was this little boy, he was riding a car in front of my granny's house, like early in the morning side, like past 12 in the morning. He was busy riding car up and down, and here by my granny's street, there's a big main street that's flat, and then there's a uphill, and then there's like a big circle that's like an uphill circle with houses around it, and there's big fluck in the middle. Now this bro was apparently riding from those uphills and stuff, coming down into my granny street and like turning and stuff. Then my granny says that this bro was riding on this car, then a taxi came by and knocked him and killed him, in front of my granny's house with the car. Now you guys stay in Holland Park, let me know if you guys have ever seen this or heard this. But I would say past 3 in the morning, you will hear a car riding in the road, bro. The house where you will hear it in front of is the house with the Huskies in Holland Park, near 41 Lodge Avenue. That is where my granny stays, the haunted house it stays. I don't care if you guys know that. I don't care what you guys do with that information. But if that house ever goes up to sale, 41 Lodge Avenue, Holland Park, do not purchase that house. Do not purchase that house unless you know what you are getting yourself into. But yeah, you would hear this kaskariki riding in the road, bro. It's the same like here by us, here in Lorraine. Years ago, there was this guy on a motorbike. They got bumped and got killed on a motorbike. And there was like hundreds of ambulance coming, bro. Like 20 odd ambulance just for one guy. They came. Now most nights early in the morning, like also probably around 3 side, past 2 side, you will hear a motorbike, and then you'll hear a whole lot of ambulance afterwards. And apparently I heard this also the story by someone around the corner. He was the one that actually told me to look out for this and like to actually listen for this. Then I stayed up as press just to listen to what he heard. And I literally heard it, bro. I literally heard the ambulance and the motorbike that morning. So yeah, bro. The spirits and the spirit realm is not a joke. For all of you people that say that oh, ghosts is just a fantasy, and all of that cuck, and we don't believe in spirits, and you're just talking your own nonsense for views and all of that. Nah, bro. Spirits and ghosts, demons, gods, devils, all that shit is real. All that stuff that you think is not real is real. They are literally Nephilim people. people from the descendants of the 200 angels that came down, that had sex with the female human species and the animals like the reptiles and stuff. Those people, those aliens that they call it aliens, that are actual fallen angels. Oh yeah, the aliens and stuff that we think are aliens and stuff, ne? Those are actually fallen angels. Fallen angels are what we consider aliens. Did you know that? That is what we consider aliens. But there's fallen angels walking all amongst us, and we don't even know. There might be a person that walked past you. It didn't look real. It didn't look normal and stuff, ne? That was a Nephilim. There's a lot of these Owens that's walking among us that aren't really human, or not 100% human, but you don't even know that. And do you understand how many people in this world are not like actual people? Like, everyone jokes about NPCs and stuff now, ne? They always joke about this person's like an NPC and stuff, ne? But NPCs are like a actual thing. The NPC is is an actual person that doesn't have a real like soul that God gave them. It's what my theory is, NPCs. Recently it got confirmed. That Jeffrey Epstein had like a human farm on his island. And for you people that don't know, like I said, I'm a very spiritual person. Underground, someone from the US military that fought in some war or something. I will show you that video if I can find it. I'll try and put it up here. But he said that there's a human farm going down underground. They are basically breeding and cloning and making humans from labs and making them from scratch, bro.
So you're telling me the Denver airport has a city underneath it?
When I was in the Army, my battle buddy, Scoville, he did private security underneath the Denver airport.
So did your battle buddy ever tell you what it was like under there?
The best way he's ever been able to describe it is like 8D human ant farm.
Who's under there?
The 1% of the 1%. People who you think are dead are down there. When you hear about these like bunkers or off-site things that Bezos and these guys are putting together, they all lead to this.
So that's like their own property down there, like their own land underground?
Oh yeah.
Wow, and you think that Elon and everybody wanting to go to Mars and outer space
That's
is
a trick.
A distraction.
It's a distraction.
Wake up, people.
It's all a distraction. Life isn't up there. It's underneath us.
And they always say look inside. They're pointing it in our faces.
Dude, it is the first time that I've ever for 1 second thought the earth was flat.
Without using ovaries and using sperm cells and all of that, they're making humans from scratch. And that is what I think are NPCs, that we consider NPCs. Or like those people that are born without souls and stuff, that are just existing and are just living here, that just spawned there, Like, who are those two bras? Who are those two guys? The Island Boys. Those bras are NPCs. The Island Boys are hardcore NPCs, bro. Those two guys aren't real. Those aren't real people. Those are people that were made on an island. Those are Jeffrey Epstein's child. There are pictures of them and Jeffrey Epstein together when they were younger. There's photos of them when they were on the island. And there's things of one of the brothers of the Island Boys admitting that he's part of Jeffrey Epstein's family and all of that shit, and that he's got that he brings girls to a secret island and all this crap. I have videos, I have proof on my TikTok. Go check out my TikTok to be kept up with woke shit, because I'm a woke motherfucker, and I'm gonna make sure all you motherfuckers are woke with me. So are we. Oh yes, I cannot forget the most interesting story of them all, the bathroom story. I know when you guys hear a bathroom story, you know it's going to be juicy, and you know it's going to be like very dangerous. So be prepared and don't get scared, because you don't live in this house. So you won't feel the effects of this ghost or this demon. So in this house, funny thing is, besides the house in the middle, the room in the middle, there was also a woman in this bathroom that hung herself, She also hanged herself. I can't remember why, but my granny told me why, but I can't remember why exactly. But Anyways, she hung herself in their bathroom, and now there was a washing machine in this bathroom with a basket of clothes on top. Now every time my granny would put a basket of clothes on top there, this woman that hung herself, she would always kick the basket off, bro. Every time my granny put it on, it's not on the edge of anything, it's in the middle of the thing, in the middle of the washing machine. But this woman used to kick the basket off, bro. Used to kick it off the washing machine. Like, me, bro. Like, what are you gonna think in that moment, bro? And a thing that we used to tell every guest and everybody that used to come sleep over or visit in my granny's house, ne? And with this, it used to like terrify me as a child also to like not want to bath late and stuff, but this woman that hung herself in the bathroom, everybody in this house experienced it. Even my mother that lives here with me in Lorraine, she's experienced it as well. But if you bath after 9 o'clock in that household, ne, if you decide you want to take a bath after 9 o'clock, this woman will make herself known that she's there, bro. She'll let you know that she's there with you while you're busy bathing. She'll make the what's those things, the washcloths and stuff fall off the hangers and fall into the bath. Or she'll be kicking the bath, bro, like she's hanging from the roof, ne? And then like her feet will be dangling like that, and she'll be kicking the bath, bro. I've experienced it once where I was like in the bathroom busy, like I think I was drying myself and stuff, ne? And then my auntie and stuff were telling me that asking me for the shampoo and conditioner and stuff, ne? They were asking not the shampoo and conditioner. It was something on the shelf that she wanted me to get. And on God, I didn't go collect it. I didn't ask for step ladder. I didn't ask anyone's help to get it. But the thing that they were looking for, ne, fell off the shelf. From the shelf in the bathroom, it fell off the shelf, the thing that they were looking for. Before I could even touch it or get energy onto it, bro, it fell off the fucking shelf. Make that make sense, bro. How did something like that fall off the shelf? And it wasn't even close to the edge, it was far in the back. Make that make sense, because I also want to understand. I'm also confused just like you are. So y'all, that's the reason none of us really went to go bath after 9 o'clock. It was only my dad that like said, fuck this spirit, I'm gonna go bath and stuff. I don't care. He used to always say to like us, like, fuck the Macy and all that shit, bro. Just now this woman fucking like drowns her father or something in the bath. Imagine that shit, bro. Imagine you die because a demon or a ghost like strangle you in the bath, bro. Just this. Yeah, that is hectical stuff, bro. That is hectical stuff. And yeah, for all you guys that don't believe in spiritual or like hauntings and that type of stuff, ne, I hope that this video like really opened your mind and opened the possibilities that there is other life out there than just like what our naked eye can see. There is more to our world and more to like our existence than what we think. Like us going to work from 9 to 5 to 8 o'clock to 5:30 in the afternoon, for us going to bed 8 o'clock in the night time and waking up 6 o'clock in the morning. There's more to life than what we are doing at the moment. There's way more to life, but this life got so blinded, ne? This life got so manipulated, this world, I would say, got so manipulated that people started forgetting what our purpose really is and what we were meant to do on earth. Like, for all of you that have read the book of Enoch, have read the full book of Genesis, have read the book of Giants, that have read the Bible, if you guys have read the guide to a better civilization or something like that, and that book that teaches you about how to use energy and how to like bend reality in that type of bones. Here's one book I can recommend you guys that or like on the journey that I am on at the moment, on like trying to awaken your third eye and bend reality and like shape the world that you want to see into your existence, you know. I got a perfect book for you guys to check out. This was a book given by my ex's mother, by the way, and there's a lot of nonsense talking in here. I must say there's a lot of nonsense talking before it gets to the point, but eventually, like, they start getting to the point in like all their nonsense talking, né, kind of like builds up to what they mean about The Secret. But this book, everybody that's watching this, go check this book out. Go check this book out. Unfortunately, this is the only like spiritual type of book I could get on hand, like on cover. I've been trying to get the Book of Enoch and the Guide to a Better Civilization or something like that, but it's push expensive. Here in South Africa, for that guidebook to civilization, it literally tells you, like, it shows you, say now you stranded out somewhere and you have nothing, like literally nothing. It shows you how to do everything. It shows you how to make this. It shows you how to build this. It shows you how to manifest this. It shows you everything that you need to know if you're going to rebuild civilization after the apocalypse or after the rapture and that type of stuff. Not sure what religion you guys believe in, but there's people that believe that the end of the world is going to be a purge, it's going to be apocalypse. But us Christians, we know it's going to be God that's going to come back as the rapture. We know it's going to be the rapture. Us Christians know the rapture is how the world is going to end. But I suggest you guys get woke. I hope that each and everybody that's watching this, each and every one of my followers and the people that are not followers of mine, that don't subscribe to my channel or watch my videos and stuff, that decided to check this video out today, hope that you guys can like get a better understanding that we are like this small compared to what is really out there, bro. We are like a little speck in the big world, like through all the histories and stuff, bro. We are more than what we think we are. We have more potential and we are way smarter than what we think we are. We have the power to change the world. We have the power to change the universe. We have the power to change everything in our path. We have the power to think positive. We have the power to make this shit happen in our life. We have the power to make the path we want happen. Like literally happen. But only if you want to accept. It's not all that there is to human civilization. Once you realize that there is more in life than just what we see and what we know at the moment and stuff, then that is when you will start, like, when things will start happening in your life that you want to happen, and the whole life will change, bro. Once you open your third eye, everything in life is going to change. But if you guys enjoy this one, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on if you haven't already. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you guys enjoy my little story time, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I just never had enough privacy to be able to do this whole entire video, to be able to do a whole fucking video on this, because like I said, like in this video right now, there was a lot to touch upon. There was a lot that I had to say and a lot that just got said, but I hope you guys learned something from this and actually believe me for what I'm saying, because I'm not a person that lies. I don't like lying, because lying is just too much work, my bro. Because when you lie, then you have to come up with another lie to back up that lie, and like, nah, bro, they have to think of an alibi to back up that lie. See, I didn't plan on rhyming there, but I'm a rapper, so I'm gonna rhyme, when I talk. I'm like Sean, bro. Sean is one rapper that's going to like talk to you in rap style, me, bro. He's gonna rap to you, bro. He's gonna rap and talk to you. Like, while he's talking, he's gonna rap to you. Like, rhyme everything he's talking to you, bro. He'll talk a whole sentence. He'll talk to you, but you're gonna think he's rapping, and you're gonna be like that. But meanwhile, he's talking to you. He's like, and now? I'm like, what, son? He's like, did you just hear what I said now, brother? I'm like, you said something. I thought you were rapping, bro. But if you guys enjoy that one, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you guys want more story times about shit, because I have a lot of funny stories, and I have a lot of stories that I think the world needs to hear and people need to hear. But let me know let me know in the comment sections below. Would you spend a night in this house? Would you spend a night in this house or spend a weekend in this house? And in which room made you like the most terrified? Which room made you like really paranoid, bro? In this whole entire house. Because like all these demons and all these spiritual things that happen in this house and stuff, to this day, I still sleep with one eye open if I go there. I'll still sleep with one eye open. Fuck that for a joke. But that was another one with D-Dog, the GOAT. Bruh. Hope to check you in the next one, familia. Have a blessed day.